Hey, what's up, guys? So I had a funny time at work. Well, I was at work and I came up with it's actually something that I came up with a while ago, but I forgot about it. I just think it's a great question, though. I thought, uh, let me give you a little context because it's worth it. The idea is worth it. I think it's fucking hilarious, and I want you to try. Like, I'll get you to as close to the full experience sooner than later. I want to get a fucking body mic so I can have recordings from my day to share with you guys, like conversations, and then I'll add subtitles because you won't be able to hear people besides me. Pretty much, like you might pick up a sentence here or there, but not much. So I'll have to put in subtitles for other people's comments so that our conversations can be in context, because I want to get like a sick one that records me all the time, you know? So going into work and different shit like that, I can have these conversations recorded. Uh, so I got this fucking guy who I tell him he sounds like a YouTube ad because he's my age, he's 24 years old, but he's so fucking positive. He's one of these dudes, all he talks about the whole day at work is like finances and how to get ahead and like projects that he wants to do, and like his state of mind and shit like that, which there's nothing wrong with that, but when it's incessant, when it's constant, it's annoying as fuck. It's like, and even then, it's not that it makes you dislike the guy, but it does strain you a little bit. It's straining to, like, because it's kind of fake. I don't know, you can tell when a person's kind of fake positivity, right? It's like a weirdness to him. He's trying though, but he's a good fucking guy. But anyway, he says, oh yeah, bro, you just gotta focus. Like, you know, if you gotta make sacrifices, you gotta do it. And like a YouTube ad, you know, I'll show you guys how I'm gonna flip my investments and make however much money and yada yada. Now, I'm an ignorant fuck. I could probably benefit from a little positivity and thinking about finances and thinking about money, thinking about investing, all this shit that he's into, but not the way that he does it. And I mean that with all the love in my heart, not that way. I think he's a good guy, but it's just fucking constant. Oh yeah, bro, so like what, how do you, he'll like ask you something about roofing and it's like, I don't know, oh that's sick, bro, yeah, so you just gotta this and that, and how are you gonna put those rakes on? Are you gonna put it, or are you just gonna drive the nail in right there? Yeah, whatever makes it easier, huh? Absolutely, because you want to get your job done. Hey, it's just gotta look good, right? It's gotta look good. Like, you have to take pride in your work, fool. No, absolutely, I think like it's important. Yeah. Hey, do you have any investments? And what do you do? So you said you worked 2 jobs. Like, what did you do with the money when you were doing that? Did you invest any of it, or like, do you have a lot of savings? What's your credit like? Like, shit, I don't know. And all I can do is state the questions, the obvious questions. I can't go into depth. He goes into depth. He has a whole conversation about credit, or a whole conversation about 2 jobs, or a whole conversation about the healthy mindset and positivity. I think I've explained this guy just about enough. He's just fuck, man. His personality is like exhausting. Even though he's a good guy, there's something doesn't smell right, you know? So anyway, I came up with this question. He's always talking about money and getting ahead and yada yada. He drove us to his house the other day on our lunch break, and he was speeding and driving like a fucking maniac, and he was talking like a maniac. Like, the same shit, you know, about life and money and job opportunities and all this bullshit. He has 2 jobs and he's like struggling at both of them. I don't know why. He was so new to roofing. He knows very little. And he's fucking he got another job at a restaurant. And it's like, he says he's not good at the restaurant, and he's not super good at this either, or good at all, like, really. So it's just And then on top of that, he's not paying attention and learning shit. He's fucking just talking about his whatever. But he drove us to his house, which was like 30 minutes away, but he drove so fucking fast and reckless. And he gets to his house and we watch him run upstairs because I guess he had to get his payment card, like something with his payment, yada yada. He runs upstairs and he comes out and he's like quick pace, like running, he's ready to go. And we just see him stop. He was probably like 50. He was probably like, 20 feet away or something. We just see him stop like on the pathway from his apartment. And he looks down and he looks down upset. And he shakes his head like no. His brow is all furrowed, like he's real concerned. He shakes his head no. And then we see him kicking something off to the side. And because like the way that the path was set up, it was up above us, we could see that he kicked off like this little bundle of feathers. It was a dead bird. And he shook his head no. And then he did the sign of the cross on himself. And he like kissed, because I don't know if you've seen the sign of the cross, the Catholics do. They like do a kiss on the knuckle as soon as they're done. And he like did it really seriously. And he shook his head no. And then he came down the steps like as if nothing happened, as if we weren't watching that shit. It was just weird. He's just a weird dude, but that's not his problem because that's not a big deal. It's just he's a curious guy. So he does that. We drove to work. It was just he's a character. So I always ask questions, and I said, hey guys, here's the deal, and I'll present it to you guys the way that I presented it to them. Here's the deal. There's nothing weird about this. There's no nothing inappropriate. Nothing seems fishy. This is a completely legitimate offer, and this is your decision, okay? Like I'm talking paperwork, like contracts. Like this is your job now, okay? It's an 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. You pick your schedule. So you could work from 9 to 5:30 or 7 to 3:30, whatever your deal is. Or you take the graveyard shift, right? And you pick your days because it's 5 days a week. So Monday through Friday or whatever to whatever. You understand? So pick your hours, pick your days. 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. You're going to get paid $5,000 a week to do this job. Okay? What is that? Like $20,000 a month? 12 months, $240,000 a year. Holy shit. So anyway, here's the job. The job is you have a 2-inch butt plug in, and that's it. 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, you have to put in a 2-inch butt plug. Yeah? $5,000 a week. I asked him, what do you say? Because, okay, it wasn't just him, the weird guy. It was my 2 coworkers. So there's a weird guy, and then there's like a younger dude who's like, I'm like he's like a dude fool. Like he's cool. Like he's that type of fool that like he just laughs. He's like kind of there, but he's not. Like I don't know how to describe him really, but he has like high hopes for himself too. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he wouldn't say, you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? That's what he would say. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to start my own business. Like, I want to work for myself, food. Which, respect, because he's younger. I think he's 20. If he's even 20. I don't know. Well, I asked him that fucking question, and the guy... it's just, I was being mean to him. Maybe I was being a bully. But, fuck, I thought it was so funny. He said... Nah, I wouldn't do that, bro. And I was like, what happened to... Oh, yeah, one thing that he says all the time is like, oh, if I learn a trade, which he's not even taking the time to fucking learn roofing. All he does is go up there and talk about, like, investing in Dogecoin and all this cryptocurrency, and he says he does research online and yada yada, and then he's working at Chili's. And he's not paying attention to the fucking job, Like, that's not my concern. Oh, fuck, I wasn't supposed to say where he worked. Fuck, okay, I have to cut that out. But anyway, so yeah, just all of those things together, like, and he goes, nah, I wouldn't do that, fool. And I said, look, I just described to you, like, there's nothing weird about it. It's just, and he goes, he talks about creating value. I think I said that. Yeah, he says, like, if I learn a trade that's creating value for myself, like, when I invest in my health or when I invest in all this bullshit, like, he's that type of guy. I'm creating value for myself, bro. And then he turns down the butt plug job. I say, oh, bro, what happened to creating value? Like, that's a lot of value. And he goes, no, that wouldn't be creating value for me, bro. That wouldn't be creating value for me. At that point, I was cracking up. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? How, dude, that's your asshole literally making profits for you, like a lot. Plus, you can turn around and invest all that money. That is such an insane amount of money for a 2-inch butt plug. And he goes, that doesn't create value for me. I go, oh my God, well, there's people that get paid for less than that, for like that type of stuff. And he goes, yeah, bro, well, like, that's good for other people, you know, but it's not for me. And I just, it just seemed, I wanted to catch him. I wanted to trap him. I wanted to just, you're being homophobic. Like, that's the whole thing. You talk all this shit about creating value for yourself, and then at the first sign of a little slip in sexuality, you know, the first sign of let's get a little gay here, all of a sudden it's not about money, it's about pride. Oh, okay, pride. So it's your pride. And he goes, yeah, bro, like, I still want to have my pride. And I say, oh, okay, so there's no pride? There's no pride in having, like, doesn't having all that pride devalue you, you know? He goes, nah, that, if anything, the other thing, like, the butt plug devalues me. You know, like, I think my pride is valuable, yada, yada. He's like, motherfucker, I knew there was something off about you. It just, I don't like that. I don't like that. And what else did I get him on? I got him on. Oh, I said, hey, so, well, have you ever fantasized about butt stuff or doing butt stuff to somebody? You know, like a chick? Have you ever said, oh, you know, or are you open to, like, if your chick wanted to mess around like that, what would you think? And he goes, yeah, bro, I guess I'd be down, yeah, with my girl or this and that. And I said, oh, okay, so you're a little fucking hypocrite then, you know, you're cool with because her asshole is totally different from the vagina, because it's a reproductive thing, you know, versus the asshole that is not at all. So if anything, that's common ground for men and women. That's like Switzerland, you know, there's no it's common ground, because her ass isn't making babies any more than your ass is, you know. So if you're cool with putting it in her ass, you should be cool with her putting stuff in yours. I know that's a slippery slope. You know, how slippery it can really get, I have no idea. But anyway, he goes, oh, well, I mean, I wouldn't press it on her. And I go, no, of course not, because the point is to press it in her. Ow! I thought that was a hot take. I thought that was pretty damn good. Anyway, this motherfucker, this fucking guy, we keep going back and forth. Fuck, I wish I had recorded it. The conversation's so good because he takes himself so seriously. He was like, yeah, bro, that's just not, like, that's not what I want to do. Like, I'm good, bro. That's not how I want to make my money. Like, those $20,000 a month would be empty to me. Like, I wouldn't have my pride, my dignity. Like, bro, it's a 2-inch fucking butt plug. Nobody even has to know. Like, you're literally signing a contract for $5,000. Isn't that basically what rappers do nowadays? Is like they have a really solid contract. They make a whole bunch of money, and the whole time there's something deep in their ass that they can't get away from, you know? And that's 24/7. You get an 8-hour day. Anyway, so Oh, fuck, I got so heated. Because it's a joke. It's obviously a stupid joke. But when he took it seriously, and he moved it over to the realm of pride and dignity, that shit stressed me out. That I always, you know? People take themselves too seriously, so I just want to tear them apart. So the conversation was really good, but he was taking himself so seriously, blah blah blah, and he goes, what did he say? Oh, he goes, yeah, like, as far as the whole thing with his girlfriend and not pressing it on her, he literally goes, oh yeah, like Jesus teaches. I swear to God, I no shit, I'm not shitting you. Jesus taught that treat others how you want to be treated, or something like that, like someone, or Jesus once said, you should treat others the way that you want to be treated, which I think so, right? He's like kind of paraphrasing, but he's right. Fuck, I have to find that Bible verse. I was literally, we went, because this guy believes in his little motivational nonsense so much that he took it to like quoting Jesus's words about whether or not he would want to do butt stuff with his girlfriend because he felt so pressured by my ridiculous. Oh, and then of course when I was like, I'm just like, I got tired of the whole thing, so I went, I'm just fucking with you, bro. And he goes, huh, yeah, of course, bro. Like, I'm not taking it seriously. I was just saying, like, that's not the way that I would want to. Immediately taking it seriously again. Oh, it was a great fucking conversation. I wish the whole thing could have been recorded, but it's at least there's something to share. Like, I had something. There was some, there were some scraps of it in there. Treat others the way you want to be treated. My goodness. I think that's from Jesus. Gosh, what is it? Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Okay, fuck. It is Jesus. That's awesome. This fucking guy. I couldn't believe it. Takes him so... And like I said, and I'll say it again, and I would defend it. If he listened to this, I would defend it in front of his fucking face. He's not a bad guy. I would never feel that way. He's obviously motivated, but I think he's a little confuzzled. I think he's a little... His mind is all over the place. He's got to buckle down and stick to one thing. It fucking sucks to feel broke, It fucking sucks to not have everything together, not know, exactly what you want to do or how you're going to achieve things. To kind of be still in that area where you're investigating, like he's investigating cryptocurrency and yada yada. That's all tough, and kudos to him for doing something about it. But holy shit, are his positivity rants like, they're just splendid. They're just swell, silly times.
I gotta do this shameful shit in front of my best friend's mom. So, hey Tina, how you doing? I got a DUI on Sunday. It doesn't ruin the night for you. So I was at work today, and I work with this fucking, I do construction, I was on the roof. I work with basically a fucking walking YouTube ad. One of those guys is like, hey dude, I'm gonna tell you how you're going to turn your investments into profits and cash right in front of I have a Lamborghini and a fucking bookshelf. That type of guy, right? And he talks about, I'm going to invest here, and I'm going to invest there, and I'm going to invest here. And positivity training, all that type of shit. So I say, look, I come up with hypotheticals. I think they're funny. Here's the hypothetical that I threw at him. I said, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, you have to wear a butt plug. And somebody agrees that they will pay you $5,000 a week to do that. What is that, like $20,000 a month? $240,000 a year? Decent job. Is if you do I get a 401k or do I get to make my own hours? I thought it was funny. 2 inches, not a bad one. I thought that was reasonable, you know? At first it was like, oh, name your own inch or what, I don't know, but name your own size. I didn't know how to put it. Okay. And this fucking guy, he takes himself so serious. He's one of those dudes like, I think about things through. It's obviously a joke. And he goes, well, I don't think I can take that money and like have pride. No shit. I don't have pride asking this fucking question. I'm just trying to get through the day, right? And he goes, oh yeah, like I don't think. I was like, this is, you know what? This is fucking homophobic. That's all it is. It's just homophobia. That's the whole thing. And you're trying to disguise it, but I'm trying to have like my own business. I want to pay myself. I'm gonna become something. You know, I'm gonna be something for my family. Right? So I call him out on the homophobia, and I try to trap him. I say, okay, well, have you ever had any fantasy that it's like a? Have you ever had any fantasy with your girlfriend? You know, the butts, like where are you on butt stuff in your totally heterosexual relationship? And he goes, oh yeah, I guess like I can fantasize about that. Like, you know, if my girl wants that, blah blah blah. Then, you know, it's like, oh, okay. Because you know what? The butthole's totally different from the vagina. I don't know if you guys know this, but buttholes don't make babies. That is like the only thing that we share with women, right? That are at totally no babies. and so I was like, oh, so it's okay. And he goes, I swear to God, he goes, well, I wouldn't press it on her. I said, no, just press it in her. No, okay. So that was the first part. And then he goes, well, honestly, Matthew 7:12. I shit you not. Matthew 7:12. Jesus said, "Do unto others as you would have them do unto you." I just wouldn't want somebody to do that to me. I'm gonna jump off this fucking roof. All right, thank you guys so much.
Good morning, everyone. Feeling a little bit better today. I don't really date these things. I just noticed I've done 2 of them and I haven't dated them. But I guess that's fine. It's 6 de Mayo? Yeah, it's May 6th, 2021. I think like 3 days since my DUI. Fuck, man, that's gonna be a milestone. That's what I told my buddy at church. I got a friend from church who's like a real solid guy, real good guy, youth minister guy, type of guy. And I said, hey bro, I hit a milestone. And he goes, oh yeah, what's that? And I said, I'm really excited about it. He's like, cool, well, what you got going on? And I was like, I got my first DUI. And he was like, ha, kind of laughed and said, wait, what, you're joking, right? And I said, nah, man, I got it. He goes, oh, dude, I don't know if that's something to be excited about. Which hurt. That hurts my head. That's fucking horrible. Yeah, I was listening to the podcast from yesterday and how I was bitching about that girl at the gym. And that's just what I needed to do. That's all I wanted to do. And she kept digging herself further and further into my little Alberto hole, which sounds horrible, but or it sounds like a good time. But no, this chick is cool as fuck. She's always been cool as fuck. I needed to get all of that anger off my chest. And I guess now I had the opportunity. It feels like I'm talking to somebody sometimes, because the fucking phone is held hostage. Can't really talk back. Plus I got coffee, and work ain't so bad today, doesn't look like, and it's just gonna be another one of those days, you know, just a simple day, which is good. I got a little bit of time here before work starts to chillax, talk to myself in a manner that, alright, I don't know what I'm saying. But anyway, yeah, so I just needed to get that shit with the girl off my chest, and she kept not letting me, you know? And so I was getting crazier and crazier. And then I realized, oh, I could just scream at my phone. And I did, and it was good. And my buddy, too, the door guy that I was making fun of, that I almost doxed supposedly in my own head. Yeah, that guy's cool as fuck too. Like, I have no problems with these people. And I guess it goes back to what I was saying yesterday, is that when I start talking crazy, and maybe a lot of people relate, when I start talking crazy, sometimes I just want to talk my shit. I think that communication, as you grow older, like kids communicate things, their experiences, but they do such a piss poor job. And then the next step kind of seems like you start communicating experiences and emotions in a really flat, two-dimensional way. That's why you get kids say some things and it's like a darling thing, or it's like a really emotional thing, and it makes you think, because a child could say, like, that makes me sad or whatever, and you're like, oh shit, like, this little person is growing up, like, these are the feelings and shit, you know. I act like a maniac around my nieces and my nephews, because I just I want to be that uncle, and I'm fucking solid choice. I'm well on my way with the DUI of being that uncle. Oh, fuck, man. But, so I act real crazy. I try to make them laugh whenever I can, and I want every conversation with me to be, like, abstract and, oh, this guy's an idiot. Because I think it makes it more meaningful in the long run. It gives it more meaning when you wean back the jokes and give them a serious conversation or a serious moment when they're going through something tough. It's like, my nieces are all older now, and it's not like they reach out to me, don't get me wrong. Especially because they're further away, and, you know, I stay where I stay. But I do have opportunities. I've had now opportunities where a 13 or 14-year-old niece, or like my nephew who's 19, they open up about something, kind of catching me off guard, and I get to drop the whole clown act and be serious. I think it matters. At least it always made an impression on me. I could always note somebody who was silly, trying to be funny, you know, taking nothing too seriously. I would always note, and it would seem very, like, momentous to me when they became grave. Not grave, that's too serious. When they would become stern, and whether it's in a scolding fashion or just in a, like, this is serious business, let's talk about this serious business. Okay, I'm rambling on about how I act with my nieces. Anyway, so I try to be silly, and I told my fucking niece, she says, are you gonna have kids? And I didn't even really remember it. Are you gonna have kids? And I said, oh no, I almost said her name again. I gotta stop doing that. It just adds so much to it. The conversation feels more alive. I said, oh no, I can't have kids. And she goes, why not? She goes, because I'll eat them. And I thought that was funny. In my head, it's like the horrible little bastard kids. I'm going to want to eat them to get them out of my life. Like, I'm going to become a savage. Anyway, months later, we're doing a family get-together thing, and one of my nieces, a little bit older, is talking to that niece that I said that to. And they were talking about families and relationships and yada yada, whatever little kids talk about, make up in their fuzzy wuzzy minds. She says something about Tio Beto having a family, having like a wife and kids. Oh shit. No, I guess that's fine. I could always cut it out, but yeah, Tio Beto. Because my name's Bert, right? Well, Alberto, but they call me Tio Beto. Anyway, so it says something about her having. And the other niece, the younger one, the one that I had originally spoken to, this was months later. She goes, "Oh no, Tio Beto can't have kids because he'll eat them." And she said it. It was fucking beautiful. It always stood out to me, that moment, and because it was like watching her. I was gonna say watching her be born, but it's a weird choice of words because she's like my baby niece, and that's my real ass sister that gave birth to her. So that would be fucking horrible. That would be like nightmare stuff. Um, and oh my god, I'm not talking shit about. Yeah, I'm just, I'm not saying, oh, the birthing process is a nightmare and women should keep us. I'm not doing that. Obviously, I'm not doing that. What brother wants to see, okay, fuck. Let's move on. This is so gross. Not gross, just weird. God, gosh. Okay. Uh, anyway. Yeah, it was such a grown up way that she said it. She she invited so many emotions to the surface when she said that, when she recalled my words. That's even like makes it even crazier. She's saying what I said, not the way that I said it, to somebody who she is entrusting to understand. Like the subtlety in her face. She said it like, isn't Theo Beto a dumbass? Like, isn't this some shit that Theo Beto would say? And it made me laugh so hard because it was this like, she must have been, oh, actually, I have no idea. Holy shit. 7, 8 years old, and at that point, especially nowadays, these little fuckers with their computers and phones and everything, at that age, it's still kind of, their little faces are dead. That's kind of how I describe it. They got these dead, sleepy little faces who just speak exactness, who like only speak in exactness, and they can play along with a joke, but even then it's like very fucking immediate, like poop, and they go because poop is funny, but poop isn't funny because of the entire world of poop, like the opportunity that poop invites to be like, there's the whole spectrum of poop humor is long, and I think the whole spectrum of poop humor is long and thick and wide, and there's so much texture. There's so much texture, and there's a rich fragrance to the spectrum of poop humor. There's a lot you could do with it. We've all seen a good poop scene or whatever, stuff that we didn't expect, where you say like, oh shit, that's not where poop goes. But kids, in general and stuff can't do that. And so it was fun to see her little face and her little, like, it's the whole thing. It's like the little face, the little body, the voice, to see everything perform those words. And I know that sounds super gay, like, oh my god, you're turning life into oh, I get it. You're super deep and you're turning life into art. That's kind of how it feels. It's just sometimes lines are delivered so great, like even a mundane sentence, something are just delivered in such a way that it's fucking hilarious. And it's good. It's like it's beautiful. It's fun to witness. Amazing to witness. So her going as a just being so young and having broken that barrier for probably one of the first times, it was cool. Tio Beto, blah blah blah, and his family. Yeah. Well, Tio Beto can't have kids because he said he would eat them. Like, it was beautiful. You could just take my word for it. Uh, what else? Oh, like an example is Louis C.K. is a genius. I just bring him up because I admire so much of his, so many of his comedy specials, so much of the shit that he's done. Um, and by all means, like, I'm not, I'm not trying to, what's it called, like advertise, but fucking if I'm gonna mention one of his jokes, I should definitely say like go check it out. I don't know which one it is. It might be like Live at Beacon Theater, or Oh My God, which I think is an HBO special. I don't know, but uh, he's talking about Clifford, and he goes, "There's 70 books of Clifford, and there's 5 books of Narnia." He goes, and all 70 Clifford books are saying the same thing. Look how big that dog is. that line, it kind of illustrates my point. Is all he's saying is look how big that dog is, but it's one of the funniest fucking points in his special because it's it's so he's performing that sentence almost as much as he's performed the first half hour of his special. It's a great fucking line, you know. And I think everybody has a different type of sense of humor, and everyone's at a different spot maybe. I was gonna say earlier, yeah, it seems like a lot of people, adults and shit, they stop at that surface level communication. We kind of, it seems like a lot of adults, once they feel understood, kind of quit. And then if you don't, I'm not saying if you're not educated, I'm saying like if you don't have that bug, that bite to really be a super orator, or like to, oh god, I sound so pretentious. I'm sorry, everybody. But like if you've never wanted to like be, a performer, and like I don't know, it's just like a bite. It's something that you get and it itches, and that you want to do it so bad. Like me, with when I was doing the church stuff, I was in youth groups and stuff growing up. I would they would give you little opportunities to talk, and the public speaking was there, and it felt so good. And there was this so different writing something that you're going to deliver to people than writing an essay that you're going to turn into a teacher, you know? Which either way, I was a decent writer, but I I was introduced basically to that world of like being up on a stupid mic on a stupid stage and talking to a bunch of people's blank fucking faces, and also getting to watch people fail, getting to watch people do a bad job talking. That like a lot of adults, they learn how to express emotions kind of, and they learn how to state their thoughts kind of, and stating facts mostly. They learned how to do those things, and then they were done. Because okay, that might be what it is, and it's a less pretentious way to say it. Not everybody wants to fucking public speak. Not everybody cares as deeply as somebody like myself does about who's listening. Even in like an everyday conversation, you get a circle of friends going. I still feel like I'm performing, you know. Which is funny because people like that, they stay quiet more. The people who feel like they're performing, they're quieter still than the others because they want to make it count when they talk. You know. Ah, fuck. All right, I gotta go. I gotta go talk to my work buddies here. Make sure that I don't fuck up. Ooh, and I think he brought burritos. So anyway, I don't know. Maybe I'll add more and record more or whatever. But I think this is good. Uh, y'all have a good day. God bless you. I know that doesn't seem like a very Catholic, like a very drunk Catholic podcast now. But yeah, no, I know. All right, they're calling me. Bye.